Sir Uridi, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Law 15. Law 15. So we read this book and that we say MPP for they know how to use that law. 48 Laws of Power. Robert Greene, Law 15. Now Law 15 will say, crush your enemy totally. Crush your enemy totally. Or see, don't go halfway with them or give them any options whatsoever. If you leave even one amber smoldering, it will eventually ignite. So, person say 48 laws of power. No, so person unya tumia, unya watamfua, na winya watamfu, na winya watamfu amenfa ne honche no. Bonema ne ntete, unim na wujano, udi agrasa atamfu no. Obetumi aba sorry no sorry a obetumi ekun. 48 Laws of Power. It's one of the books eya na nkrofo can say u read e ma otrimo yedin. Ma me embra me read this book no. E ma meti nipa ase ama metrimo anyedin. I understood politicians and why people took certain actions. Na asem ni neni obi beka say na then a story ya wo bekin wo kan 48 Laws of Power. I'll let you know. A lot of people don't know this story, but Ghana ye wo hwana signboards bi sha ase e kosro. Na nipa kro no ye de kaka motobi max ahye nenim. Na afi na Ghana fo onim de e koso. O say third force yes third force sen. Ye nim third force bia o. Nti na Ghana fo ni na abisa. Nti ho na abrantie bi papa bi a wono nso emso peso odi president. O share da betwa mfoni bi a wono nso kita sa kaka motobi max no. Nti na Ghana fo say yes nipa kro no e na ye the third force no. E say na third force no say yewo ni enim say yewo e na third force for no ebe issue statement on beka say papa na ordinam a wo ye interviews to say wono no third force na enyo no na third force no nti e hwa na yeti hu say third force no bakwa wo techiri ye cheddar mo amonim cheddar no Jacob Caesar Freedom Jacob Caesar on sa brantie no or ye real estate guy ono na we sit dan kese fefefe bi ewo osu na nkrofo ka say yo no e no ye third force no ti ye wo hwa na lady na wo that screen enimi oba be ye press conference video na press conference be video wo trese wo no na wo ye third force for no a spokesperson na wuti nsem na wo kan e kasa ti aban e kasa yesi e kasa e no say third force mo ba pan mo ba yi third force no so here social media na afemo age traction point na saying omo ye political posts no eya no mo aheda the third force no aka ho na Ghana for kire wo mo adwen e wo third force no ho na ehwa na ende ye sorry ya ye sisa lady ya wo that screen enimi bi na ifo akwakoche no aden ya omo si wo no kra wo nye Ghana ni wo de nkrata e na ode aba betina Ghana ha na yakwa hwemu ehu ne say nkrata na wo de atena Ghana ha sei no nkrata no e fake nti ya chi no na lady bia watena Ghana chewu ema na nsen ade esi wakosombo mepe ono kra akọ ekoko donate boae oduko donate boae wieye no ena osanso ene eye Freedom Jacob Caesar embra Freedom Jacob Caesar call ya wako provide tents emom no osanso ni omoko ho a wo de tent no ekoko boae ne nyama sa time ni na yenhu ni say lady we sebe woni nkrata pa e ode tena Ghana ha obeye third force for video na aye hu say Ghana for ka ho asem na yesi yakwa akochi lady no because na nkrata enye nkrata pa nti sa ban we no media efutu amede be ma no say if you know you want to come hard at this government, make sure say you are clean because these people they will come hard at you omomo fancho na me pese me read the third force for no ababe release statement on the arrest of their spokesperson. Me pese me read this statement natural as a press release unlawful detention and human rights violations of Miss Shalima Abiusi, spokesperson for the new force in Ghana. As the new force expresses deep concern over the recent events surrounding the arrest and detention of Miss Shalima Abiusi, one of the spokesperson for the new force. As Miss Abiusi, who is the spokesperson for the new force's diaspora and diplomatic engagements, was called in for a discussion on Monday, 4th December 2023, and never released thereafter. TSM maame no was spokesperson, but no spokesperson or yema omo abrochiri. Omo frɛ no Monday, and na me no ka say ye report story we a Thursday. Tie frɛ maame Monday, e ka tell ne say wombra na wo mo person mo ne edi nkomo. Or call Monday now, woman in the up till now, or moon releasing here. I say, as we have now found out, for the past 4 days, Miss Abiusi has been kept continuously in custody by the officers of the National Investigations Bureau, formerly the BNI. During these 4 days, I say the security officials have continuously questioned Miss Abiusi about the new force, wanting to know which people are behind it and if the people want to run for president. Just 4 days ni yache maame no na maame no yache no questions omo bisa na ne say sa new force hwan mo na etechire na nkrofo no mo techire no omo person mo oba be da ne president na sa questions no kwa no omo bisa maame no 4 days ya yache maame no I say further, over this period she has been denied access to legal representation, subjected to an unlawful search of her premises, and held beyond the legal 48-hour limit without formal charges. Further, despite the objections of Miss Abiusi's lawyers, her apartment was broken into without a warrant and the place ransacked, yet not a single element of incriminating evidence was found against her. Aban eni to me, now so ya buera ni fie ase ni nyama. Nini nechi omunya evidence bia emfane ho. Also, while the authorities claim to be investigating the origin of the new force, it is essential to emphasize that having a political organization is not a criminal offense. As such, the arbitrary detention of Ms. Abiusi raises serious concerns about the abuse of power, persecution of perceived political opponents, and several human rights violations. Also, despite the fact that Ms. Abiusi's residence permit was facilitated and used to her was facilitated and issued to her over 3 years ago by the Ghana Immigration Service, the authorities today told a district court that they have temporarily charged her with an offense, claiming that one of the documents she submitted could not be verified, but that they are demanding that she is held in custody so that the investigations into the new force will continue. TSA 3 years ago, and a Ghana Immigration Service for Emma and residence permits, and then they are here. I bind the assembly kwa kopie wo court say oh ne krata wo buy say wo de beji residential permit ne kra no in krata no ba ko bi fault wo ho inti court yesre ma yen holding no custody ni yen hu investigations inti ya penny the same courts in this country special prosecutor enso to make say obi sikapuduro e wo ne dem court me yen hold this sika ni yen investigation ni hu bebi onye sika ni fie no court ne say dabi yen pene yen ma onye ma no unhu odi nye court to me prevent special prosecutor na ejuma so be investigation or investigate you obi o court to me prevent special prosecutor and say hey menye nipa ko ne hu investigation da ebiom jai Otuaso was say we have witnessed rising attacks against the new force, including the taking down and targeted destruction of several billboards of the new force. We consider that these actions reflect the approach of cowards and persons who have lost the moral plot of leadership. Ms. Abiusi's arrest clearly marks an attempt by the government to abuse our laws and its power in order to persecute political opponents. We deploy the attempt to use Ms. Abiusi's immigration status to blackmail her. I say, we consider that no person should be discriminated against on account of their political opinions or country of origin, I say, as guaranteed by our constitution. These actions are morally and legally wrong and undermine faith in our democracy as well as the independence and fairness of our political institution. If this really, or say, is this really the Ghana we want? A Ghana where the abuse of power to intimidate and blackmail perceived political opponents and nationals of our partners? How much lower can we sink as a people? Ghana is losing its pride and its identity. We need a new direction, a new vision, and a new Ghana we can be proud of. We encourage Ghanaians to be vigilant and engaged in preserving the integrity of our democracy. We ask you to demand for a different kind of politics. That is the promise of the new force. The international community is closely monitoring these developments, emphasizing the need for a swift and just resolution. Signed, the new force. Internet here for new force for no. And then we move soon. We say the loss of power. Open microphone mu use super President Akufo-Addo Nnaban. They know how to use the loss of power. No bagawaya. And they should send a strong message to Sir Alan Tremanti. Me say na ba na mo aka nsem bi. Asem a wo kan no. O say say Alan Tremanti declare say obeko as a third force. Alan Tremanti so per say oba as alternative. O say declare ni de obe declare o. Now so edru ho na easy electoral commission no. Obema okwan ama wa stand there. Ene ni ebehu. O kan sa na me ka say na third force for year be ye did nanse yampo he. Te say yabohu according to third force for no. Omo nam no mo bisa ene ho am na hye tire ene mo pese mo da ne president ana ene third force for sorry nanse ya kra he de yomo. Utie mi na ye NDC ni na ye o say sa nkrofo yi abato no. Omo de be mamo on a silver platter agro na mudi. So omo aka trel say nya de a omo se de ombe ye bi ombe wini bi ombe ye Akufo-Addo aka Brian Champo mu ni na aka nti no third force for na ye na enim say new force for nya de anko mbeto MPP ni NDC for vote kra no omo kra he de yo ne ba ko na tena Ghana 3 years ye hu bone e won residency permit no ho da embra wa kaseti aban be ye video ti aban no ye si hey o kra no o residential permit kra no enkra ta bia o de bai no say fake hey Ghana. What's your comment box timo me da